Oh, we're live now. I've been speaking for a while, guys. And guess what? We're not live. Now we're live. So I've been speaking for about 2 minutes thinking that we're live and I couldn't see the chat rolling. But I think that's fixed. Now we're live. Now we're live for sure. Yep. Wait. Let me fix something on the back end. Yeah. So for now, here's my team with Mitrovic captaincy, which I have to change. But let me know if you guys can hear me and everything is fine, and then we can move ahead. Yep. Will Doherty play? That's the first question I can see on the screen. Yes, I think he will play. Yes, we are live. A lot to discuss because I haven't made my moves. I am planning a -8, probably a triple captaincy. A lot to discuss there, a lot to do. Doherty against two current best teams. I exactly. I was very tempted, and I knew he's very attacking. But when you look at his stats, he was an outlier game that week. I think he's still pushing up higher, but Crystal Palace was an outlier game. He was not good against Brentford or the game before that. In between as well, Aston Villa wasn't that great for him. So maybe against the best defense, you would want to bet him. I don't think that's a good bet to do. Karthik is sending his team. He says Darwin Cancelo Kepa to David De Kane Botman for a -8 or any other better picks. David De, I don't think that's a necessary move. Shaw is much better. You can probably go. If you want to go for a keeper switch, go Edison. Otherwise, don't switch your keeper. I think Darwin Cancelo to Kane Botman itself is decent, and I think you can fund that because I can fund that. Marshall, he's not fit, so apparently we're expecting him not to start tomorrow. We're expecting Rashford to start center, Garnacho on the left. So Marshall, if you have him, hold him. I don't think it's a sell because they have a double coming up. He has a good second fixture against Crystal Palace. He'll probably get minutes against City, and I think it's fine if he's getting minutes in this game week. Uh, but I think I apart from that, it's all fine. If you are planning to take a -4, don't do it. Is the mic now good? I think there was too loud, and I was speaking loud as well. So I think this should be fine. Kane versus Haaland triple captaincy. I wouldn't go Kane triple captaincy this game week. Not for sure. There's no need to go Kane triple captaincy. If let me know if the app starts crashing earlier because I still have to make a move. I will make my moves. So I'm planning. Let's actually make my moves on the stream right away. Then we can keep asking questions. So here's what my team is looking like, and let's do cancel out. And we can go to Manchester City players. So I'm getting an Akanji. I thought about Botman, but again he blanks, so I don't want to go there. Mings is a good option, but I don't trust Villa. That leaves me out with some options like Doherty, and I'm not interested. So I think Akanji, given his price, given the fact that he'll play the games at least, and later on I can remove him. I think it's a good start, and I can always switch him up for someone else. If I had the funds, I would look at someone like a Trent, but I don't have the funds right now. So maybe down in the future, I will look at him. The second is Darwin out. So Darwin to Kane, he hurts my rank the most. So I'm doing those moves. The -8 we'll figure out later on. But confirm transfers. And yeah, this is my team at the moment. This will stay for a while. So we'll just keep it here so that people are not confused. And we can take up questions right away and start taking more questions. So Akanji and Ake same price than by Akanji. I'm not so Akanji can play right, left, center. Even Ake can play the same, but I trust Akanji to start more games. When it goes to game week 25, 28, in those sort of situations, when game week 25 is now 1 month away from now. So do I see Akanji playing more minutes that, and I will need him to start or get minutes. So I think Akanji is a better option there. James to Varane for a -4, 100%. Not Varane. I think you can go anyone, but yeah, Varane. I would do it. I think Martinez would be a better option because he's more fit. Are you getting rid of Cancelo? Yes. Also, would you suggest Tony? I'm myself interested in taking a -8 for Tony, so 100% would recommend. Mahrez for Foden for a -4. So it's tricky. Foden could play about 100 minutes, which is enough for him to haul. And down the line, I expect him to play more games. But as of now, what looks like in the game state, Mahrez is more nailed on to start those games. And I think Mahrez is a decent option. The other flip side of the thing is, you can see Foden playing 100 minutes this game week, and then he probably starts the Wolves game as well, where you want him to start. Personally, for a hit, I would take a chance on Foden again. and avoid the Mahrez move. Yeah, Mount to Mahrez, I would do it. Varun says I'm still considering Tony, and I am as well. I think it's a good Tony. Good Tony is a good move. If he gets about 2 goals, the hit is paid off. If and it's the fixture play as well. I think Brentford. One thing that if for people who are looking into Tony and who are looking for immediate gratification this week, Bournemouth are worst for headed attempts conceded in the last 6. Worst for headed attempts conceded away from home. Both of these stats does really support Tony. My only problem with Brentford is they're not creating volume of chances; they're creating minimal chances, which could go against them because these are teams which play deeper. Bournemouth isn't exactly that team. Southampton will help, Leeds will help Tony, but maybe Bournemouth might not exactly be that team. Because what I've seen and noticed in the last few games, Brentford were doing well against teams which keep more possession and they like to counter. It's a usual tactic for Brentford. So maybe this could be tough, but again, I'm very tempted by Tony, and I most likely will go Tony. Ake or Botman for cancel. I think if you're okay with if you have a decent bench in 25 and you're okay benching him or playing with 10 players, I think Botman is the better pick. Darwin and Saka out for Kane and 5.8 midfielder. Maybe Gross for a -4 makes sense. I don't want to remove Saka honestly. If you're removing him because he's flagged, I think he'll start. If you still want to do it, maybe go McAllister. I think he's the good punt there. I think at that price. If you can't afford him, I think he's 5.9. Maybe I'm not sure of his price. Let me just check. If he's 5.9, if you can't afford him, uh, probably then Gross is decent. Actually, even better than Gross, I think Mitoma. He's more of the explosive player in that team, and you save money. So Gross is 4. No, actually, McAllister is 5.4. So go for McAllister. Heavily recommend him. He's probably the more explosive option. He's on pens. He's playing number 10 now with Trossard out. What I think is he'll fill up those boots. He'll play up top as well. He could play that role. Ferguson up top, which is 4.9 guy. Trossard is out. So and McAllister number 10. For people who want a cheap guy, I think Ferguson will continue to start because Trossard is out of the team. So again, if you want to go cheap, Ferguson is still an option. He was not going to be an option because Trossard would have played there, but now since he's out, I think Ferguson continues. Marshall to Tony or White to Shaw for a -4 or both for a -4. Oh, if it's both for a -4, I think Tony and Shaw both I would do it. Zaha for Saka, I wouldn't do it. I think Zaha scores, and I wouldn't. If Zaha did have the double in probably 22 or 21 going ahead, I would do it. But hands down, he doesn't have a double, and the fixtures aren't great. So as well, I would avoid. Mahrez for Foden for a -4 again. I wouldn't do it. I would take a chance on Foden. Although if you're frustrated with Foden already enough, take the chance. I think Mahrez could be a decent option. But what I think is Foden could be, if you want to hold Foden for the Wolves game, I think it's a decent. I think he starts the Wolves game. Odegaard, Mitoma, and Botman start between them. I think Mitoma and Odegaard go for the attacking returns. I think most likely you will have Trippier, so no need to double out there. Is Martinelli to Bailey, Mitoma worth it to accommodate Kane for Darwin? If you have another Arsenal attacker, then I think it's fine to make the move. Otherwise, hold Martinelli. Yeah, so I've already taken a -4 hit, and I'm looking out for more news if we get some news. Yeah, that's about it. I think that's about it. Triple captain Haaland, I'm not going there. So my only problem with triple captain Haaland is the form City have and Haaland has. I expect him to score 2 goals, but I don't expect him to outscore 2 goals. And what my thought is that against an easier team, let's say Villa plus Arsenal, I still expect him to score 2 goals. In fact, just a game against Bournemouth, I still expect him to score 2 goals. So am I really gaining a lot of points? Maybe 2 points there, but I don't think that's worth risking the chip at the moment. I can use it later on in the season as well. Best mount replacement, go Kulusevski if you want to. Other players that you can look at is probably McAllister at a cheaper price. If you don't have Rashford should be a priority. And if you want a city midfielder, go probably Mahrez this week. Martinez starts. Yes, I expect him to start. Is Marshall starting? I don't expect him to start this week against City. I don't. Darwin to Marshall or Tony? I would do Tony because we don't have news if Marshall will start or not. Most likely he will miss out. So that's the kind of news, and he's not trained. There are sources which are telling he could be out for more than one game week. So there's enough rumors to not go there. Tony to Mitro. Tony to Mitro, I wouldn't do it. Trossard replacement for -4 max 10 million budget. Bruno Fernandes could be a decent option if you want to go there. Otherwise, I think go a City mid and save the money and use it somewhere else. Cucurella to Perisic for -4 worth it. Have to bench one of Saka Martinelli. Tough between Saka and Martinelli. I would bench Martinelli because Saka is on set pieces. And between Cucurella to Perisic for a -4, I would do it because Cucurella is just not working out. Maybe you can save money, go Botman if you want to. If you have enough funds, then Perisic is fine. Salah to KDB is hands down the move you want to make this game week. Salah and Almiron or Mahrez and Ake. Mahrez and Ake this week. Views on Son. I think he's been way off. He's not getting inside the box. He's not ticking. He's not looking in form. He's not looking clinical. So no need to spend that much money. He can still score against City, and he always does. But again, he's not a long-term pick. He doesn't look that good. So avoid. Mid to Tony for a -12. I think that's too much, especially for a player who you will have to remove because he blanks. For everyone who's going Tony, by the way, he will almost certainly blank game week 25. So make sure you have that in mind. And Mitrovic will become the obvious replacement for Tony that game week. So if you are okay with the Mitro to Tony switch and back to Mitrovic, then I think you should take the hit. Otherwise, for a bizarre -12, I don't think it's a good choice. I'm thinking of getting Rodrigo for Martinelli for a -4 as a differential player because I don't expect Martinelli to bring points. I do expect Martinelli to bring points. He also has a double in 23, so that's something you want to note of. Although I do think Rodrigo is a good, hands-down good option to go with. Just one thing to note, Rodrigo won't play the striker role. Bamford I think is fit enough to start, so he'll be pushed back to the number 10 role. Hold Darwin considering double game week 21, don't, because there's no announcement, there won't be a double game week 21 apparently. I think it's an avoid. If I hold Saka, and Darwin could be long term issue as well, so don't know. If I hold Saka and get in Kane for Darwin, I will have 4.9 to replace Cancel instead. Should I not bring Kane then? You can probably go Botman, so there are a lot of options. You can go Mings and just hold on and stick onto it, probably play wide this game week. Or just play Mings this game week, and Mings has an easy fixture in 29 and 28 and also has an easy fixture in 25. So that is how you can work around. But I think Kane is a good option if you can afford him this week with a -4. Take a hit for Salah, Mitro out for Kane and Mahrez, I would do it. Captain Haaland or Rashford? Haaland, I think there's no reason to go against him. Best striker in the game, double game week, and everyone's going to captain him. So if you don't captain, if he doesn't really do well, if he does well and your captain doesn't do well, you're probably ranked is getting a big red arrow. Also, my worry with Rashford, he's going to play the center, but Marshall was linking up a lot of play for United and he's missing out. So again, I would avoid. Aditya Jairam says Odegaard, Ake, Kepa to Almiron, Walker, Pope for a long-term move. I don't think you should invest in Pope. You would rather go Botman plus Edison. I think that's the better move. Because Edison will definitely start all the doubles. I think you can afford Edison plus Botman there. And I think that's the better double move. Is it worth removing Cancelo for a -4 to get in Kane for Darwin? I think yes. I am doing the same thing. Unfortunately, just 0.1 short of Laporte and 5.7 Laporte would have been a good option. Kush. But again, I think a -4 hit to do Kane. I did the same thing is a good option. A lot of people saying Marshall, which could totally happen. Marshall could start and he could. If I knew Marshall was fit, I would have bought him. But I don't know. I still can if I get some news. But as of now, Marshall is unsure and that's the problem. If he knew he was 100% fit, he would have been a good option. So hence, if you have him, hold him. But if you don't have him, don't go to buy him. I think you can do that later on as well. And also, certainly, he's going to miss 25. Is Haaland much better triple captain option than Rashford? Yes, I think because he's the best striker in the game. And he's playing for the best team in the league. Almost one of the best teams in the league. He gets most number of chances. His XGI is one of the best in the last 3-6 games. And there's enough reason to captain him and triple captain him. Cancelo to Shaw for a -8, that might be too much of a stretch, but if that's the only option, then fair enough. If you don't have a bench, then go for it. Marshall is sure 100% start, but could be the case. But if we don't have news, there's no point risking that for a -4 or -8. If you have him, hold him. There's no reason why you should remove him. Trying to get news. Yep. Cancel to Akanji or White to Bueno for bench for a -4. I think cancel to Akanji. That's a good move. That's the only move I think I would say. I'm trying to get if we get any sort of news for Marshall or anyone. But looks like they have no news. We have no news today. Kepa or Ward? That's a good question. I think I'm going to start Ward. I'm leaning towards starting Ward because Crystal do score against Chelsea. It could be they could nick one and Chelsea don't look good. So again, so I don't think that's the way to go. And Kulusevski will play, yes, 100%. Varane or Martinez, I think. Darwin to Tony or Darwin to and Cancelo to Kane and Ake. Kane and Ake, I think. Marshall to Kane and Cancelo to Laporte for Botman for -8. If you don't have a third striker, Zishan, I think you can go for it, but I wouldn't sell Marshall for a -8. It totally feels wrong to me. Got myself Son instead of De Bruyne. Either a big green or a big red arrow. Yeah, probably. Thoughts on Laporte? I think he's one of the best options if you can afford. He's just too pricey for me. I can't afford him, but if you can afford him, go for him over Akanji and Ake. Definitely, hands down. He has good goal threat as well. The problem with Akanji is he has absolutely zero goal threat, absolutely zero bonus potential. Ake, do I think Ake is a good option? Yes, I think he has good goal threat. My only problem is I don't know if he'll start 25. That is why Akanji over Ake. For me, it's Akanji over Ake because I know Akanji can play 4 positions. I know he is more likely to start the game. Stones will start. He probably starts the second one. Mitro to Tony worth a -8. I'm contemplating the same thing. I'm genuinely into thoughts. I think it can pay off over the next 3 game weeks. Thoughts on Laporte? I think, again, as I said earlier, I think it's one of the best City defenders available right now. Sell 2 of Marshall, Darwin, Castagne. Darwin and Castagne. If you can downgrade someone to a Mings, Castagne to a Mings, and Darwin to a Kane, if you can afford it, do it. Otherwise, you'll have to figure out who to sell. Probably Darwin to Tony, and that's Castagne upgrade to someone like a Laporte. Is this your final team if Phil crashes incoming? No, it's not my final team. I'll make one more change. I still have to figure about Tony. What do you guys think? Should I go for Tony or should I not? Triple captain. Let's ask about triple captain Haaland to the chat. What do you think? Who are going for triple captain Haaland? Let's list down the best Cancelo replacements. I think best Cancelo replacements first would be Laporte if you can afford him. Second would be a City defender, I think, which is Akanji. Third would be Ake. Fourth would be Botman for me because of the blank in 25. I think that's fourth. Fifth, in my opinion, is to go someone very cheap, which is Mings. Now, this is assuming the fact that you have Shaw. If you don't have Shaw, I would prioritize Shaw all over them. So Shaw would become first on my because he's just too good. He's playing good. Maybe at par with Mings is Doherty for me. Perisic is not that of a great option to me because he's expensive. So he doesn't get you the clean sheets. He is always going to be a minutes risk going ahead, and it's not worth the price. So Doherty at 4.6 is decent enough. 4.7, whatever his price is, because he'll at least at that price you can justify it without clean sheets. Yep, I'll pin Varun's comment. That's exactly what I think as well. My Cancelo because everyone has Cancelo we don't expect him to start. So yeah. Is Saka fit? Yes, he is. Rashford triple captain. It's probably an okayish game week, but I think if you want to captain Rashford, triple captain Rashford, wait for game week 22 where he plays Leeds and Crystal Palace or whenever he does. I think that's the best triple captaincy option for Rashford. Bro, please answer this. Best goalkeeper for 4 million maximum, and Saka is gonna play because either way I change with him with Mahrez or Ford. I think Saka will play for sure. And best goalkeeper for 4 million, I think Ward is the only 4 million keeper that's starting. Start Mitro, Almiron or White. Almiron first, then Mitrovic, then White. Start Nunes or Mitrovic. Did Darwin travel? No, we have no news. So apparently he was going to train today. He may not train today. And if he does, then he could go with the team. Otherwise, he's not going with the team. As for what we know, according to league sources and everything, he's most likely to miss out this game week completely. We could be wrong, but that could be the case. So figuring out Bournemouth. Bournemouth also has some issues, so not going there. I think everybody is making moves. I'll make my final move and then we'll wrap it up with the -12, hopefully. Trying to figure out any sort of news I get. Stones for Akanji for -4. No, I wouldn't do it. If you have stones, hold him. Your moves. My moves are. I made 2 moves. Cancel out. I brought in Akanji. I had Darwin. I brought him out. I brought in Kane. Bench Martinelli, Almiron, or Tony. If I had to bench one, Martinelli would be the guy for me. Tony to Mitro. I wouldn't do it. Scar Mitrovic, Gabriel, play one. I think Mitrovic. Given everything, I think Mitrovic. Is Mitoma worth the -4 hit? He could have been if there would have been like a double gaming for him. Secondly, Mitoma will miss out gaming 25 most likely, so I don't think it's worth the -4. Robertson to Akanji for a -8. I wouldn't do it. Hold Robertson. Shaw for Cucurella for -8. Only if you don't have a bench, do it. Andreas White, Bueno bench order. I think that's the bench order. Tony not getting one doesn't look like. Cucurella in and bench Stones. I wouldn't do it. But play Stones. He's got good goal threat. So if he does play the Tottenham game, I think he could still get something out of that game. So I'm fine with playing him. Will Cancelo start both games considering losses Southampton? He could start one game and I expect him to start one game. I don't know if he'll start both games. I wouldn't be surprised if he does, but I wouldn't take the chance and risk. I'll go set my team as well. Till then we have more questions. So between Kepa and Ward, I'm playing Kepa only because a lot of players around me who I'm competing against have triple Chelsea, double Chelsea, and it's better to have a Chelsea defense in place or just in case they get a clean sheet. But personally, if I could, I would go Ward over Kepa. Just because they have a double Chelsea defense who I'm chasing in a rank in a league, I wouldn't go there. But yeah, the team looks this to me. I think I'm going to vice captain Kane and not De Bruyne, and I'll save my team. And this will stay with me, I think. Andreas first, bench, White second. Do we have news? No, we have news on Chelsea, but I think that's irrelevant. That's transfer news. Is Doherty a good option? At that price, is a decent option. Is Saka okay? Yes, I think he's okay. Do I get Akanji for Cancelo or Doherty or a Botman? I already have Shaw and Trippier. So if you have a decent bench, Botman is, I think, hands down the cheapest best option. Otherwise, I think go Akanji. He'll get you 4 games, 5 games. He'll get 2 extra games in the next 3 game weeks. So that's what I care about at the moment. Will Ake start both? I can't be sure of that. He should, but I can't be sure of that. So a lot of people, I've asked my friend and he thinks that Tony will start both the games. So can't be sure, but it's up to you. So if you have Marshall, don't sell him. I would say that, don't sell him. Darwin to Tony or Kane. If you can get Kane, he's got a double game week. Cancelo won't play. Unlikely. So the way he's not getting missed. The problem with Cancelo is you can hold him, but he keeps on coming for 1-pointer. So that just really ends the situation with him because you can't keep on having 1-pointer. If he's getting 0, it's fine because you'll have a sub on, but can't keep having 1-pointers. $15 to go. Is Gakpo an okay buy? Not this gaming, I think. Hold off because they don't have a double gaming coming up. Ake or Akanji. We posted it and pinned it on the top. Hopefully, Stone starts the second one. We're expecting him to start the second one. Darwin to Kane, Mount to which 8 million mid and 4 million defender to Shaw. Mitro to Ferguson. I would do Mitro to Ferguson. And 8 million mid. I don't know if you can afford a City midfielder. Maybe if you can go there. If not, at a lower price, Kulusevski at 7.9 is decent. Apart from that, I think maybe go down to Rodrigo. Rodrigo. I think at that price, Rodrigo is decent. To be precise, you can afford Mahrez. So I think Mahrez is also a decent option. And I've thought about it. So I'm going Mitrovic out for a Tony. I think it will pay off in the next few games and couple of game weeks. Taking the chance, I think he outscores probably matches, at least matches Mitrovic, and hopefully outscores him. So taking the 4.8, making the transfer, and that's it. That will be my team. That will be the final team. Have made my final change. Taking the -4, a total of -8. Tony has a double game week. No, he doesn't. He has a single game week. Tony, because his fixtures are great, I think he outscores Mitrovic over the next 3 fixtures. Almiron, Botman, Trippier, pick 2 for me. Trippier and Almiron, there's no doubt about it. Tony is not getting banned at the moment. Why Cancel is out of favor? I have no idea. It's probably because of the performance after the World Cup. He's been, as far as I've been reading, he's been lazy. He's not fit. He's not shown the fitness level. So that could be a reason. Play Nunes or Mitrovic. Andreas and White on the bench. Should I get Shaw for Cucurella for -8? I think if you have White, I think play him. Maybe prioritize Shaw next game week. Is Trent, Gabriel and Trippier an okay defense? It's an okay defense, I would say. You can invest better. It's a money-heavy defense where you have cheaper options. So probably next game, if Trent keeps on delivering as he is, I think it's decent. I think it's fine. Should I go 4 million defender to Shaw or Dunk to Shaw? I think Dunk to Shaw is decent. Your rationale behind going Tony over Marshall. So I don't know if Marshall starts. If I had guaranteed news and if he had trained perfectly and Eric Ten had said that he's okay, I would have hands down gone Marshall because he's a double game week. Now that I don't know if he starts the first one. Going ahead, I know he has got decent fixtures, but he blanks in 25. He also blanks in 25. When you look at Tony, he has a better run of fixtures. The second thing I like about Tony is on pens. Third thing, Bournemouth are worse for headed attempts. Tony is very good at that. So I think overall that is the only reason, and only because of fitness. So somewhere also I've read rumors that Marshall could be out for a longer period, not just this game. So let's say he misses out the next 2 games, that ruins the most. So I don't want to take an extra hit for a player which I don't know will start or not. If I knew, I would hands down start and play, and I would have gotten Marshall. Also, Marshall doesn't have double gaming 22 at the moment. So if he does, I'll replace Tony with Marshall later on. Does Nunes start? I don't expect him to start, honestly. Mitrovic or Wilson? I think Wilson. With Nunes, we don't have news. Apparently, some people are saying he's out for 3 weeks. Some are saying for 6 weeks. So too much around that time. I wouldn't go near him. Bueno or Estupinian. He has attacking potential. I know Liverpool will score, but going for the attacking potential there. And West Ham could easily score against Wolves, I think. -8 for Kane and De Bruyne, only way to get them. I would do it. This week, I would do it. Tony for Metro -4 worth it. I think in isolation, yes. Going over the next 3 game weeks, yes. Does Darwin start? The unlikely, very unlikely. White or Cucurella? I think White, because we know he'll start. Saka and Akanji or Mahrez and Shaw? Mahrez and Shaw. Mitrovic to Marshall. It's a totally gamble. If you want to take that gamble, I wouldn't stop you from. But personally, don't be upset if he doesn't start or he's out for a longer period of time. Is -8 average in the double game week? No, he's not. I think the minus would be -3 or 2 as an average. -8 won't be the average. Even -4 won't be the average. Best 5.4 midfielder instead of Almiron, McAllister. 0.1 shot for Akanji. Will bring in Kane for Darwin. Transfer will play Walker. Will Walker play? Yeah, I am expecting Walker to play. If you don't want to go there, go Botman. I think that's fine as well. Not going for the triple captain Haaland just because of the form. I think captaincy will work. Play Ward instead of Kepa. Again, as I explained, I have people who have double and triple Chelsea around me who try to chase rank, and I just want to keep hold of that. That is why Kepa is starting. Otherwise, I would have started Ward. I might actually just go Ward as well right now. Actually, let's make the switch. I think Ward could get bonus there. Kepa may get the bonus as well. I think Ward is the better one there. I think I'll stick with Ward. He's just too much of a risky pick. I might still make a switch around because the people around me have double Chelsea defense. So if they get a clean sheet, if I don't have him, it could be an issue. But as of now, if I would have to recommend, if I have to recommend someone, I think Ward is the better one. I might just switch it back. I'm still not confident leaving the double clean sheet to other people. Yep, I think this will be okay, and I will stick with this team. -8 hit for Mahrez and Botman for Cancel and Andreas. I would do it. Final moves: Mitro, Darwin, Mount, Dunk to Ferguson, Kane, Mahrez, Shaw -12. That's a bizarre but good -12. Honestly, could pay off because you're bringing in genuine players who could haul. Mount maybe a slightly harsh pick, but again, going with Chelsea's form, you have to do it. Go triple Haaland, go for Marshall. Best of luck, everyone. Rico Lewis or Ake or Akanji. Akanji. I don't rate Lewis. He'll start. He'll definitely start the United game. I don't know if he starts the game ahead. Start 2: Mitrovic, Almiron, Martinelli. I think Mitrovic bench, Martinelli, Almiron to start. Thoughts on Ferguson and Gakpo. Gakpo is an avoid for now. Let's wait and watch how Liverpool play, how he plays. And Ferguson, hands down, great option going ahead. If you don't want to spend a lot on your forward, Ferguson is your guy. Dini over Mitrovic, I wouldn't. You can take a chance because he could start, but there are some news that he might not start. So that's a 50-50 call. But personally, given Leeds form, I would just take Mitrovic because he's on pens. He does tend to score in such games, so Mitrovic. Ward or Kepa. I'm personally going Kepa because I have to make sure that I don't lose rank in my mini league. But if you can go Ward, you should probably go there. I think that's a clean sheet. Otherwise, you can stick to Kepa and you can also suffer the misery of Chelsea. Best Brighton asset, I think McAllister. Do Brighton have a double game week in the near future? Yes, they should have had, but now at the moment we don't know if it would be 23 or maybe later on in 29. We don't know. White over Andreas? No, I don't think so. Do Brighton have a double game week in the near future? As I said, they will eventually, but we don't know when. Guys, before you leave the stream, please hit the like button. And about 7 minutes left. Don't leave it to the last minute. Make your changes now. Make your team now. I think that's about it, yeah. I might just go triple. I was contemplating triple to negate the hit, but I don't know if I should. Let's think about it. I am tempted. I wouldn't lie that I am tempted with the triple captaincy. So what it does for me, it negates the hit. It negates my hit completely. So that really saves me a lot of, in general, problems. A lot of other people are also going with the triple captaincy chip. Cucurella to Akanji or Patterson to Akanji? Cucurella to Akanji. Well, maybe Patterson to Akanji is also fine. Cucurella, you may think he'll start some game sometime down the line. But as a priority, if you want to have a deeper bench, go Patterson. Kepa, Ward. Honestly, you should start Ward, but Kepa is fine as well. What I think is Ward could outscore Kepa in terms of saves and bonus points. Start Botman and Trippier. Yes, I think it's a decent game to start both of them. If you don't want, you can start White, but I think it's a decent game to start both of them. Triple captain. Quick question. Should we go triple captain or not? I think triple captaincy might just be a bit stretched. Maybe a bit stretched, yeah. Let's just figure out if we have any news for people wanting for Old Trafford. Martial news. Let's see. Do we have any Martial news? Whom to start, Mount or Metro? I would start Mount. To play to Ferguson, Martinelli, Saliba. Martinelli and Ferguson. Saka is not injured. Start Kepa. Ward. Honestly, if you're not sure about it, go start Kepa. Start Botman and Trippier both, or Almiron and Trippier. Almiron Trippier. Why not Trippier captain 23 better fixture? Because of if there is a draw in FA Cup, I don't think he starts the Villa game. So that's an unknown there, and he could still get benched against Aston Villa. So I'm not sure. The only reason I'm not triple captaining is form. Start Dini or Mitro? I think start Mitrovic. Odegaard versus Saka. Some people saying go for the triple captaincy. I'm not sure. Triple captaincy. I'm not sure. Almiron, Trippier or Trippier and Botman. Almiron, Trippier. Bueno or White on the bench. I think keep Bueno on the bench. Yeah, that's about it. I think triple captaincy is a call that's remaining. Do we see Haaland more scoring more than 2 goals is the question, and I don't. I personally don't. That's the only thought. Although if I take the triple captaincy, if the hit does get I think that we can change that. I think I will not go heavily captain double game week. I think I'll stick with this. Yeah, this is my final team. I'm not changing anything. Almiron, Trippier or Trippier and Botman. Almiron, Trippier. Yeah, that's about it. I think we have done and covered most questions. Before leaving, guys, do hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Play Ward or Leno. Play Ward, I think. Please give screenshot on fantasy fan go chat. Okay, wait. Here's my team. I'll post it there for people who haven't. I'll post the link as well. But here's my team. I'll pick it. I'll refresh and check it. Wait, how can I, why is it not picking my team? Okay, my team is Kepa, Trippier, Akanji, Shaw, Rashford, Saka, De Bruyne, Almiron, and we have Tony, Haaland, captaincy, and Kane up there. Trippier Scar or Trippier Gabriel? Trippier Gabriel. Do you see Kukuro starting? I don't, honestly, I don't. A lot of people posting their predictions as well. If you're not joined the Fandango app, you should probably be talking a lot there. It's a lot more fun with the community, and it's in general a good chat, and we are very active there. So I'll post the link for you guys. You can go there and yeah, make sure you join the group. Hits are flying around. I can see hits are flying around, especially for all the veteran managers, all the managers which play the game. Hits are flying around. Start Almiron, Botman. Almiron, hands down Almiron, guys. Don't bench him. It's an easy fixture for him. Cancelo won't start. I think he start one game. I don't see him starting both games. I am posting the Fandango invite in the chat. Make sure you guys join it. It's free to join. No fee, nothing at all. Go about it. Yeah. And that's about it. I think the game has also not crashed. Start Cucurella or Mount or bench both. I think start Mount if you have bench Cucurella. Play Mitrovic or Scar. If Scar is a second defender, probably play Mitrovic. And it's okay. But I don't mind Scar as well. Either is fine. I don't think Mitrovic will score just because he's highly owned. You can start him. When to use the chips? I think a temporary strategy at the moment is 23 triple captaincy. 29 you wildcard or free hit. 33 you wildcard or free hit. And 34 bench boost. 34 or 37 bench boost. I'm not triple captaining. Stones and Botman Stones, I think. Play Stones. That's about it. I think we are done. It's about few seconds left. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. I see a lot of people have not hit the like button, so do that. Durgesh is saying Mahrez, Kane, De Bruyne, Kane, Doherty for Cancelo, Salah, Nunes, Martinelli for Mahrez. So I would do it. Martinelli may be the only person I don't want to sell, but otherwise I would do it. But 7 seconds left. Durgesh, you want to do it in 7 seconds. And that's about it. And it is deadline. It is officially one of the best double game weeks coming up ahead for us. And hopefully you guys get a green arrow. We've taken a lot of hits, especially me. Tony could pay off, could go bad. But I've taken the chance. I think I will. It's a good punt and it can pay off. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the deadline stream. Hopefully it goes a good game for you, game week for you guys. And yeah, join the Fandango app. I've sent you the link as well. I'll replace it in the. I'll put in the pin comment. Yeah, it's a free group where we chat, we talk around, we talk post game week, in the game week. A lot of chats just before the deadline stream and on the deadline day. So a lot of what I'm planning, why I'm planning, a lot of reasoning and talking happening there. So you should join the group. It is free to join. And yeah, we'll catch you up there. Do you triple? No, I did not use triple captain. I did not. On that note, we'll sign off. This is FPLTIPS signing off. Cheers.